Porus, we've managed to track you down again. You talked in your opening yesterday about a charter for taxpayers' rights. Is this something formal, or is it an informal way of bringing the taxpayer into the conversation?
Well, I think it's a very important part, because the entire BEPS debate today are about those so-called bad taxpayers who perhaps use the system to get a better result. But there are a lot of good taxpayers out there who do their work and who contribute. And I believe that discussion must also enter the debate. Secondly, with a huge amount of information that's going to be available now over the world, across governments, across revenue authorities, there's a huge concern on confidentiality, and that is a critical part of the debate. There is nothing that the taxpayer can do to enforce that confidentiality. It can be a peer review from the government part, but not from the taxpayer.
So how formal is this Bill of Rights, and what's the timing on it?
Well, it's really entering the debate. We are really trying to bring it forward, bring it into the debate, and I think ultimately it will be for the governments who want to enforce it. But there is a peer review happening in the Global Forum on the exchange of information, so it's there in part, but still restricted at the government level. Yep. Taxpayers are still not involved in the process.
Is it a subtle way, or perhaps not so subtle way, of saying that the OECD's aggressive tactics need to be balanced?
Well, I think the OECD is itself conscious of this, but I think at the moment the debate is in how to correct the system to prevent the abuse without realizing perhaps that there is a part of the system that's working and there is no abuse, and we must recognize that also.
Have you heard anything from the OECD in response to this Bill of Rights suggestion?
Well, as I said, the Global Forum is already conscious. I think there are certain issues, they have peer reviews, etc., and they will probably, and if you remember, some of the countries have come publicly that if you abuse confidentiality and we find you leaking the information, we will then suspend cooperation with you. So I think that system is there, but the taxpayers still not involved in this process.
Am I right in saying that the tension between the taxpayers, the corporates, the multinationals, and the OECD is actually rising? The tension between IFA and the OECD is rising. And if so, are you worried you're becoming a little bit too political?
No, there's no tension between IFA and the OECD. The entire point of IFA is just to bring things to debate, to develop, and scientifically, we take no policy issue. We just bring this to the fore. Ultimately, it's for all the participants to get together.
So Pascal Saint-Amans isn't sighing when he hears your opening speech and this charter for taxpayers' rights idea?
I don't think so. I don't think so. As I said, we only bring the debate to fore. Ultimately, it's for all the participants to get together.
I have one final question to put to you, and this is rather tongue-in-cheek, but I overheard someone say that BEPS is European retribution to the US for FATCA. What's your comment on that?
Well, I think BEPS it was born not due to FATCA, it was born due to the financial crisis and the perceived burden on certain classes and what they thought were the corporates getting away with. So I think the timing was perhaps similar, but the birth was completely different.
Very diplomatic. Porus, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.